When the doctors told Emily she'd never walk again, her world fell silent. The sound of the heart monitor beside her bed was the only thing reminding her she was still alive. One rainy night, a drunk driver had crashed into her car on her way home from work, and in one cruel instant, her dreams of becoming a dance instructor shattered. Weeks turned into months inside that hospital room. The smell of antiseptic, the hum of machines, and the pitying smiles of nurses became her new reality. Everyone told her to stay strong, but she felt broken. Even her fiancé left, saying he couldn't handle the pressure. By the time she returned home in a wheelchair, Emily had stopped believing in miracles. Then one morning, her old car, the one from the accident, was towed back to her garage. It was beyond repair, twisted and scarred just like she felt inside. But the tow truck driver, a middle-aged man named Jack, didn't just drop it off and leave. He noticed her sitting there, staring at the wreck, tears running down her cheeks. "You okay, miss?" he asked gently. Emily forced a smile. "Yeah, just saying goodbye to what used to be my life." Jack looked at the car for a moment. "You know, metal can be bent, but it can be fixed too. People, they're a little tougher than metal." She didn't say anything, but his words stayed with her. A few days later, Jack showed up again, uninvited but not unwelcome. He brought tools, oil-stained gloves, and a strange sense of warmth with him. "I thought maybe you'd like to help me fix this old beauty," he said, nodding toward the wrecked car. Emily laughed bitterly. "I can't even stand, Jack." He grinned. "Then you'll direct me. Every good mechanic needs a boss." And so, day after day, they worked together. Jack repaired the car piece by piece, while Emily instructed him from her wheelchair. At first, it was just a distraction, but something inside her began to shift. She felt purpose again. She started reaching, stretching, trying to help. Slowly, her hands got stronger, then her arms. Jack noticed. One afternoon, he quietly placed a wrench on the hood, just out of her reach. "You got this," he said. Emily hesitated, then tried. Her body trembled as she leaned forward, pain shooting up her spine. But she did it. She grabbed the wrench. Jack's smile said more than words ever could. From then on, they practiced small movements every day. Jack built her a custom support rail in the garage, made from leftover car parts. It wasn't fancy, but it was enough. Emily started pulling herself up, first for seconds, then for minutes. The day she stood fully upright, tears filled both their eyes. Jack didn't clap or cheer. He just nodded proudly and said, "Told you metal and people ain't so different." Months later, Emily walked, unsteady, but on her own, into that same garage. Her old car gleamed in the sunlight, fully restored. Jack handed her the keys with a grin. "She's all yours again." Emily looked at him, her voice trembling. "You fixed more than a car, Jack." He chuckled softly. "Nah, you fixed yourself. I just handed you the tools." As the engine roared to life, Emily stood there, no wheelchair, no fear, just strength. The woman who was told she'd never walk again took her first steps toward freedom, guided by a mechanic who saw something no doctor ever could: hope.